I was
There
just
you
grooving.
are.
I was grooving to the music.
How are you? I like your MTV
Oh
music
yes, look at it.
television
Get
show.
the full effect
Nice.
right here.
As I've told you before, and probably anyone that's listening now, about the time I spilled dirt all over Sumner Redstone's bedroom, the president of Viacom. But Peter,
Yes.
what were you doing in Sumner Redstone's bedroom? Well,
Right.
the
That's
answer is,
odd.
what wasn't I doing? Huh? Huh? No, I was delivering tropical plants. I tripped over his shag rug and spilled orchid dirt all over his goddamn white rug. And that was the last time I was there to deliver any tropical plants whatsoever.
I believe.
Let's just say, ushered from the house by the nape of my neck rather quickly.
Time to go, Peter.
Yes, time to go. To go. I offered to water it all in and just, go from there, but no.
Right.
So how are you this afternoon?
I am just dandy.
Dandy. Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Nice. I told you I fell off a footstuff.
You did. Luckily, you didn't get too hurt. But
I went down like a friggin' bag of bricks, and I bounced off a piece of furniture, which slowed my roll, and I hit the ground and was like, oh, all in slow. It was so slow motion.
Yeah.
I rolled a little bit and was like, ah.
There was no like open fires nearby or anything.
No, it went on for like 30 minutes of like,
right.
Luckily, no one was home. In case I broke my neck, they would have come home and just been like, oh my God, what? And I did tell my wife that I did it. She was like, what were you doing? And I was like, I was hanging the friggin' pictures you've been bugging me about for weeks.
I know. This is your fault.
There you go. Hanging the damn pictures.
Right.
But such is life, isn't it, Jeff?
That's right. That's the way it goes. That's what they say.
Yeah.
C'est la vie.
That's right. That's right. So we got a great show today with a guest we've been dying to talk to again since the first time we met and spoke with him. It was a wild ride then. I expect it to be a wild ride now. The green room banter pre-show was quite electrifying, if you will. Dare I say a bit risque, but
perhaps.
it's always fun. You know how it is. So everybody seems to want the same thing in the world. They want what, Jeff?
Food, love,
disclosure,
BOGO.
Well, I was going to say, a lot of the brands and especially in the CPG and food and beverage industry, they're all looking for coverage. They're all looking for awards. Like me, please. Distribution, of course, press, a bit of spotlight, a little bit of status, if you will.
Sure.
Visibility, of course, without clarity is just what? Expensive confetti, right?
Yep.
So we're going to be talking about what attention means, getting seen, getting chosen, and we're going to have a guy on here who knows all about getting seen and getting chosen. And he's got a very interesting group of his friend circle is like one of those things where I tell a lot of stories about things I've done or people I've met or run across or talked to, and usually I think I'm greeted with sort of a look of like, right. But the truth is stranger than fiction. And in fact, our next guest today, his truth is far more stranger than fiction, especially my own. So we're going to talk about all of that. Our guest is the founder and publisher of Food and Beverage Magazine, which is described by some as the leading online magazine and resource in the industry with a long time standing reputation and broad industry readership. He's also the author of A Guide to Restaurant Success. Oh, no, wait, stop. Wait. Yes, that's it. A guide to restaurant success, the proven process for starting any restaurant business from scratch to success. So we're really excited about that. He is, he's bigger than life. In fact, there's one thing that we're going to talk about too. He was also credited, Jeff, with designing. Are you people ready for this? I can't hear you. Are you ready?
Can I?
He's credited with designing the Bluetooth logo.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the lovely and talented. Go ahead, Jeff. You finish for me.
Michael Politz.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Michael Politz?
Is it Michael Politz? Could it
is.
be Michael Politz? It is
It is.
Michael Politz. Bring him on in here. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applesauce. Hey, Zucky.
So glad to see you.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hello. Michael, tell us, as a growing up as a young Irish Catholic girl outside of Brookline, Mass, what was that like?
Well, I was friend. Leonard Zahn really showed me the way outside Brookline, Mass. And he and his brother Ethan.
I love it, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, how's things going out there today? I see you had a visitor today, which we talked about a little bit earlier.
We
but
did a little bit, yeah.
And you've got a daughter's birthday celebration
My
coming
daughter's
up?
birthday's today, my 28-year-old. I also have a 9-year-old son whose birthday was 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
They act the same, very similar.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Same thing, right? Oh my God.
Nothing's
Did you get them
changed.
both-
The grass isn't
everything.
greener, guys. Listen, the grass, you go through wife to wife to wife, it's always the same ending, right?
Oh my God. And yet you're here and they're not,
What can I tell you?
Hey, that's the way it
By the
goes.
grace of God.
The grace of good. Hey, you were saying earlier that you've been going to the gym lately. Good for you. And you made a mention, if you can mention, you've got a trainer that I think most people's heads will explode when they find out who your trainer is. And no, it's not Michael Jordan or Al B. Shore.
No.
Or Mike Tyson.
Or Mike Tyson.
No.
We'll get
That
to
would
him.
be good. That would be a good.
Oh my God, the connections. Who's your trainer?
Come on, this is my coach now. This is the coach. He keeps me in the box.
He's
He
always
keeps me in
hassling
the
you,
box.
calling you. Does he call you?
The cage. He said, "You're in the cage. Are you in the cage?"
You in the
Andrew.
cage?
Some know him as Andrew. Some know him as the Dice Man. Right?
Are you talking about Jack and Jill went up the hill?
Each with
Is
a
that-
buck and a quarter.
Yeah, buck and a quarter. Oh my God. So how does one ultimately end up being gym trained by Andrew Dice Clay?
So Andrew's a friend. He came into Vegas to do a show. I'm here. So whenever I'm here, I get a phone call from whoever, and he's like, "I'm here. Come get me. Let's go to the gym." I'm like, "Okay." So we went to the gym. He's like, "All right, do this, do this, do that, do that." So I'm like, "I'm going to stay on this routine with you." And he's like, "All right, then from the gym," he's like, "Here's the address. Just go here. No questions." This is, by the way, all on his Instagram. So you can go to his Instagram. You can watch the entire process go through. And he brings me to this store. It's in the middle of something like to say the barrio, right? The barrio.
Oh yeah.
And there's bars on the windows, and there's pictures of like people robbing the place and running out the bars because they have a camera there. And all those pictures are up. You're not allowed back in, or you're going to go to jail. And I'm like, "Are you sure, Andrew? This is where we want to go into?" He's like, "Keep your mouth shut and just follow me," right? So I did, and then we buy these giant sweatshirts, these 6X sweatshirts, right? And then we cut the sleeves, and then it's the whole. Then I got to get the gloves. I'm like, wait, I'm walking into the gym looking like Dice.
Yeah,
Right.
And
this
then
is planned.
the special shorts. It's like you're a little boy, but you're wearing the shorts, so they're man shorts, but they're like little boy shorts, and you feel good, like you're a kid because everything's big.
Yeah.
And you're in the cage. You're in the cage. You're not looking at yourself. You're just doing the work.
Right.
And only eat chicken. Chicken. That's it. Chicken, maybe a little turkey. A little honey roasted turkey. So this is what welcome to my life. And then occasionally John Lovitz and Andrew will call at the same time and on a three-way.
Yeah.
This happened the other day. I was in LA for the day. I jump off the airplane. My phone rings. It's those two. I get in the Uber. The guy did not know anything.
Okay.
What's the Beetlejuice thing?
I don't know. Somebody.
Yeah.
Don't get distracted.
Don't get distracted.
You just saw something shiny.
That was Dan Roth, actually. He's joined us today, and that's David Lee Roth's brother, I think, right?
Yeah.
Does he have a brother?
Distant brother. Right. So Carrie, so you're working out with Andrew Dice Clay. You got John Lovett joining you at some point. I don't know how you get anything done, frankly.
Right.
Well, then I had to go to LA last week, and I had to go to the Bobby Brown Gala, which we do. He's one of my best friends. We sponsored that for his daughter called Bobby Christina, who passed away. So this is it's a charity for the Bobby Christina Serenity House, which is very nice. So all those buddies are all there. I actually sat with Bobby. I don't bring a date a lot of times because it's easier.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I'll bring my daughter. She's like my forever date. I'll bring her. They know her.
Right.
It's easy.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
She knows everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. I had a lot of celebrity friends that were there. Super fun. Eric Benet and Ray Parker Jr. and on and on and on.
Ray Parker Jr. Like, who are you going to call Ray Parker Jr.?
Yeah. And then Howard Hewitt from Shalimar, and obviously Martin. Oh, Tisha Campbell and Martin happened to be there, and all these people. So
that's
so
wild,
I go back, go to sleep, get up at 4 a.m. to jump on a freaking plane to go to Santa Rosa, California, to go to Guy Fieri's house because we had a board meeting with the 5 guys that are on the Guy Fieri Foundation board.
Yeah.
So I spent the day with Guy, and then we had dinner, and then I left, came back to Vegas, had to go to a restaurant opening, and my date, ready for this, guys? I don't want to brag.
You're bragging. Just bring it.
I'm going to just give you, all I know is I tried to say goodbye, but I choked. I tried to walk away, and I stumbled.
Oh.
Wait.
Brittany?
Macy Gray.
Macy Gray. Yeah.
Yes. I was off.
So, really? She's the best, man.
She was on one of the covers of your magazine.
Yes,
too, right?
I do. So a lot of times I'll I hadn't put a lot of my friends on in the past. And then I'm like, why not? Like, they love it. Like, Bobby was on it.
Yeah.
Macy was recently, because Macy did some great food charity stuff for the downtown LA stuff to feed people. Yep. Bobby has his brands. Really the only friend that doesn't really have a brand-ish is Tyson. And I put Mike on just because it's been 25 years and I never put him on the cover of the magazine.
Right. Plus, you don't want to piss him off. You can't.
I don't mind pissing him off every once in a while.
Yeah, no.
I like this new Mike Tyson anyway.
But what's worse, being pissed off or pissed on?
Right.
Pissed off. You still have both your ears? Are both your ears still intact?
I only have one nut, though.
Remember when Mike Tyson went crazy for like 30 years?
I know, but the situation is all known now, right?
But I mean, that's a guy, right? And you know him. I don't, but I go, that's a guy that's a legit human being with legit, like, he's got shit like we all do.
He's
but
real. He's my best friend for 30 years, the godfather of my kids, right? This is him. What you see today is who he's always been.
Yeah.
It just took time to grow, right? Like, even me, like, what I used to, believe it or not, unbelievable. I used to walk into a room and wonder who was going to like me. And then one day it switched and I walk into a room and I wonder who I'm going to like.
Right.
Right. And that changes everything.
Yeah.
That perspective. Yes. People will be like, I'm going to an event. I don't want to go. Who's going to like me? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, who gives a shit who likes you, bro? Get in there. And who are you going to like? Who are you going to engage with? Because I always realize that people want to be part of the club, right? And the haters are the ones that you don't allow in, right? But now the new term for that is rage baiting, right?
Yes.
So I realized, I always knew, this guy's a douche. I'm not going to deal with him. So I'd ignore him. I wouldn't let him in. I would just showboat, right? I'd peacock around them purposely. Yep. And then they would get more mad, more crazy, and it's just funny to watch. So now the real term, rage bait, and it's like, wow, that's what I've done all my life. I just love that. There's something about it.
So
it's a great perspective.
We got a whole bunch of stuff, including a book to talk about, but let's talk a little bit about the magazine. Tell us about the magazine. It's so wild to see, it's such a quality publication. It's so cool. And to see the covers and everything on it. Tell us how that started and what was the
Oh,
sort
wow.
of
Look at that.
drive?
Handsome devil.
Look at this. We have
Look at that. handsome
photos and everything.
Um, Oh, there's my buddy Fitty.
Fitty stat.
Fitty.
Yeah.
So the magazine,
Oh,
when I graduated, while I was in college in the fraternity, the Jewish house, by the way.
Yes, of course.
I sold roses. I somehow realized a friend of mine's mom had a flower shop. She's like, hey, you can buy roses. They come in packs of 25, break them up, and sell them to your friends. That's a dozen each. You have one chance to ruin one, or you're screwed, right? So I learned the business doing that. Then I graduated, opened up American Wholesale Floral, became top 40 under 40 in Entrepreneur Magazine, became fastest growing franchise. This is all when I'm like in 28 maybe, right? Super fun, top 40 under 40. Wow. In a magazine, no internet. I was like psyched, right? I'm like, this is going to get me girls.
Motivation.
It's always been motivation. It's always been the motivation.
What's your motivating factor? What is that?
People like money. I want to make a lot of money. No, it was like I want girls.
Yes, and yeah, right. It's true, right? So I did all that for a bunch of years, sold it, got out of that business, opened up a consulting firm. I figured I'm great. Like, what the fuck? I'm 40 under 40. I can this, that. I'm a consulting firm. What's next? So I got into the fax broadcast business, right? Remember the old days where you would get faxes?
Yes.
It would be, you want a free trip? Come on a free trip.
Right.
So I started that business. It became the largest fax broadcast business because T-Mobile hired me for every location they had in the country. And I would geo-target, which we didn't know the word then, but we geo-targeted all the fax machines around the stores and hit them with all the offers that all the MLM companies came in. So while I was doing that, I had a bunch of hotties with the bodies in my 20s working at my office, right? They always smoked. Remember the old days? Girls
smoking in the office.
Wherever you are. The machine. Not the machine, right? The real cigarettes.
Yeah.
And the hot ones only smoke Marlboro Reds. You know what I'm saying? So that I would follow the girls outside. You're like, where's he going with this? I'd follow the girls outside, right? And one day I met these two guys from another country. I don't even know what country they were from. And they goes, what do you guys do? Oh, consultant, blah, blah, blah. Can you create a logo for us? Absolutely, right? Because I was an artist and all this other stuff when I was a kid. So I said, okay, perfect. What is it? He goes, well, one day your phone is going to talk to your printer, right? And it's funny that we're talking about this and the dice thing because it's all around that same time, right? When dice was big.
Yes.
And I'm like, and so I look at that and go, what the fuck is my phone going to say to my printer, right?
Right. They have nothing in common.
Because that's right. And by the way, all you are is you're either Howard Stern or Andrew Dice Clay at that point in life in the 90s, right? Like that was everything.
Right. Howard Stern for sure, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, so give me the story, the backstory, the Norwegian guy, and he's a king, and he's got a big schmeckle, and he's doing this, and his name is Bluetooth. And I'm like, wait, what's wrong with his teeth? I don't know. Like they had no idea, right? So prior to that, a week, I took this one, of course, back to the girls. I took this one girl to this tarot card reading place, and I got these like little rocks, the runes, right, from the Norwegian area.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how fun. You could, here was my pitch though. You could shake them and then you put them down and you read them. So my thing was fake expert. You're in love with me. Get it? You right? It was a whole thing. It was like a shtick.
Yeah.
Right.
So we leave that. I'm like, I can do this. And then when the guy says it all clicked, went upstairs, looked at the rooms on my desk because I brought him to the office to impress the hot girls. Right.
Right.
It turns out I'm like, okay, this is easy. I copied it. It was a B. Like they didn't have a B, but I just used that same style.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it was from the same place. What was the guy going to do? So we made some in a square box, some in that oval box, some in a circle. You know, we did it like, but it was always the B.
Yeah, the iterations.
Sometimes it was a little B I did. Yeah, it was all that. And that's the one they picked. And that's how the Bluetooth logo. Yep.
That is wild.
Man. And this thing is billions of them on products.
And I made $870 for that. And it was in 1998. It was the greatest money I ever made. Everyone's like, dude, you must be. I'm like, yeah, I wish. They were not going to sign a deal with me for a licensing deal. You know what I mean? Like people are all wrong. They're like, what am I going to say? Okay, I'll make it, but I want rights for the future. They would have been like, fuck you.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Have somebody else.
Some guys
who even knew what it was. My phone was going to talk to my printer.
Yeah, you wouldn't know if it's going to be anything or, I mean.
Yeah. And it's like radio. He told me the whole thing. It was like the radio, but it was the short. Like, oh, really?
It's going to talk to each other, right?
Right. Yeah. So I did that. And then I'm like, okay, now it's time to go into the magazine business because I was already an advertiser with the flower shops.
Yeah.
Right. I advertised only in restaurant magazines. I saw all the pitfalls. I saw all the disassociation from publishing to they wanted the money from the advertisers, but they really didn't engage with the readers. Like I saw all these things, right? So I started Food and Beverage Magazine. Actually, I started this one thing called the Metro Digest in DC, and we're about to launch on September 11th.
Jesus.
2001. So I was like literally driving to the office in DC, ready to launch the new magazine, put it to bed, go to the printer, and then that happened. So I'm like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So I said we're on food service all the way at this point. So that's what we did. I came out to Vegas. Ask questions. I feel like I'm talking too much.
No. It's good. These are interesting stories, and we can ask you questions.
So you just raise your hand when you want a question.
All right.
I can tell Richie already that you're nervous, and we're gonna fix.
Why do I look nervous?
I don't know why.
He never looks nervous.
I'm not nervous.
I think you're nervous because of the Motley Crüe thing. I have the Motley Crüe.
What makes you think I look nervous?
Do you like the Motley? Vince Neil's one of my best friends.
I do like.
What makes you say that?
I do like the Motley Crües.
Good. I like that.
I actually, I have an order coming into the house for the Too Fast for Love album, which I haven't had in ages. I had one. It was what we used to cut all our drugs on back in the late 80s. That was the album of choice for that kind of behavior.
I say.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
What's your favorite song on that album?
Oh, on that?
I can tell you mine.
Tell me yours.
Red Hot.
Oh, that's on Shut at the Devil.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Call Vince. Ask him.
He wouldn't know.
Red Hot is the opening song on the B side of the Shot at the Devil album.
Oh.
Yeah, you got me. Too Fast for Love was their first album.
Too Fast for Love is their first album. My favorite song on that, it's hard to say. I mean, that album doesn't have a bad song on it.
Yeah.
And neither does Shut at the Devil.
I don't like that they're grouped into the hair band stuff because I don't think they're a hair band. It bothers me.
I don't think they were. Too Fast for Love sounded like the first album I ever heard by them was Shut at the Devil. A buddy of mine showed it to me, and I got like, dude, what the fuck? Back the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? We're friends and all, but like, what the fuck are you doing? And he played it for me. I was hooked. And when I found Too Fast for Love, it's like almost like a different band,
It's more punk.
Yeah, but also more 70s kind of
glammy.
Yeah, a little bit of, like what was it?
New York Dolls?
T-Rex.
Yes, T-Rex.
It has a real
Mark
vibe
Bolan,
on it.
Mark Bolan, T-Rex. Didn't
Mark
they do
Bolan, that's it.
Wasn't Elton? Elton was in in that band, I think.
Oh, really?
Band.
Elton
I
John?
think so for a short period of time.
Yeah, I think I like Take Me to the Top off that album.
Take Me to the Top. That's the one I meant to say.
Yeah. That's a burner. And then
they're playing that now in concert, by the way.
Oh, they should be, man.
So they're doing a lot of those songs. I mean, the later ones kind of suck, but
things got a little wacky with Theater of Pain, and then I kind of like there was stuff I liked, but I was kind of like, But I think I went and saw them almost every time they came around.
Yeah, no, it's a great band.
I did actually. Funny story. I went and met them. I was in high school. I think I was in like 9th or 10th grade, and me and my buddy Charlie Gray, don't know where he is today. Charlie Gray and I decided to hoof it from Newton, Mass, from high school in the middle of the afternoon in the rain, and hopped a bus, took a train, and went to Strawberries Music
Oh yeah.
Remember that place?
Yes.
We had
the
Record
chain.
shop
Yeah.
to meet Motley Crue. And of course, we were out
Nice.
there with all the people and the girls and standing in the rain. And I just remember seeing them. And when I got to the front of the line, out of the rain, into the lobby, I remember seeing them with the hair and like no makeup. But I was like floored to be in their presence. I thought I was like walking amongst alien gods. And I asked Vince,
I would think so.
I took a picture of Vince and he did this. And
and that was your great. I wish you could find that picture.
I have it. I do.
All right, email it to me. I'm sending it to him today.
I will send it to you. Send it to you. Tell him I still have it. Everybody always goes, well, that's not very nice. I go, that was the fucking perfect thing he could do.
That's
you know what?
fun.
You know what? Good.
Music
meet
is
and
fun,
greets.
right? Like I remember doing that same thing. I used to work at a radio station when I was 15. I would be the guy that we would plaster the other vans with our bumper stickers, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
And I remember we were doing some stuff and I met the Cheap Trick guys, right? And I was like in awe of Rick and Robin. You know, I loved Rick. Fast forward now, I own a liquor brand with Rick. Robin's one of my closest friends. So it's like it's like the dice thing, right? Like, be careful what you want in life. Like, meet your idols, like, or don't meet your idols. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
You know, Vince, I spent. You know, he just moved down to Tennessee, but when he was here in Vegas, we spent every Christmas, every Thanksgiving together for years, like at least 15, 20 years. It was amazing.
Yeah. I remember, I mean, the story about his daughter is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And, you know, it happens to a lot of people, but it really was heartbreaking. And it made me look at him in a light. It made you go, you know, that breaks a person.
It broke him. He would never be the same again.
Yeah. It breaks a person. And that's just such a shame. It's, you know, the funny thing is since my daughters were infants, the only song I could remember all the lyrics to were Home Sweet Home. And I loved that song. And I would sing that to each of them at bedtime every night. And they would ask for it if I didn't. And they insist on it. And even now at 11 and 14, if I come in and sing that song for them, they just stop, drop, and pay attention. It's so lovely.
That is the Peter, the gayest story I've ever heard. Thanks for sharing. You might have just overshared.
I might have. I'm out and about, and I don't care.
I don't care.
What about your No Quiet Riot stories?
Oh God, worst hair in rock and roll.
Yeah.
Oh my God, stop it! He was one of my bestest.
I'm sorry, but like he went from bad hair to worse.
I know. The poor Kevin died. It was the worst.
They were really good. I mean,
17 years. He's been dead 17, 18 years.
Oh, that's crazy.
I realize that.
Wow. We're so old.
I do. I just saw something about them the other day, a quick YouTube sort of biopic thing. And they were really talented.
No, they were great. And then they're on, Rudy came back.
Yeah.
So and Rudy and I are really close. So the fun thing is that I know, and this is really cool rock and roll history, is Randy was leaving Ozzy to go back to Quiet Riot.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he wasn't doing another album with Ozzy. He was going back to the guys because he missed those guys. Those were his friends.
Yeah.
And then all that horribleness happened. So Kevin never really got over that.
No, I mean, that was and I remember seeing a documentary on that too, about, you know, how what Quiet Riot was, you know, and how, you know, Randy left, and then that just kind of put them in a fucked up spot. And didn't Rudy Sarzo went over to Ozzy for a while himself?
Number one. Randy left, then they hit number one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Carlos Cavazos big payday.
Don't get me started. They don't talk to Carlos.
You know, I have a good friend.
We don't talk to Carlos. You know what I'm saying?
Carlos. No. My buddy out in LA is in the music business. He was a drummer with our band, and we traveled together for a bit. And so he's in licensing now. So you know, he mixes and matches with a lot of people, and I always get a phone call from him, laughing at, like, you know, I'm at the dog part with Gwen Stefani, or I'm here and look who's
I'd
next
like
to
to be in
me.
the dog
and, like,
pound with Gwen Stefani giving old Rover a bone.
Yeah. Oh boy. And then, well, who is it? We were talking about Mark Ferrari. Do you know Mark Ferrari from Keel? He was the guitarist in Keel.
Oh, Keel.
He was
I
the
know
one
the
that had
guy.
the blonde. He had a blonde
Keel
streak.
guy. He was in Vegas a little bit. I know who you're talking about.
So we were always talking about, like, where are they now?
Right.
And
They're on cruise ships.
Chuckling about that. And he was like, no, dude, Mark Ferrari's like a billionaire. And I'm like, what? How? And he's like, dude, he's like a tech giant. He created some code, and, like, he's a billionaire.
That's the second story I've heard, because my buddy from Angel, Greg Giuffrea, same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Through gaming, the gaming industry. Then he owned Hard Rocks and this and that. Yeah.
Well, that's like, what's his name, Jeff? Brad Gillis is like some kind of, like, muscle physical fitness dude now.
Yeah. Almost like what Zach Brown did. Show Zach Brown. Look how good this guy looks.
Yeah.
You know, I love those stories. Like, there was a band in Boston that was starting to get really big called Tribe. I don't know if you remember them.
I don't.
The bass player and the keyboard player left. They formed a software company that made, like, music, games and stuff, and that's how Guitar Hero started.
Oh, okay.
And it became gigantic. You know, like, it was like the biggest selling game of the time. You know, but they started as a band.
Stunning.
Yeah,
he looks stunning.
Look at him.
I know, right? He does. He just plays.
His wine is good too. I like his wine a lot.
It's delicious.
It is. It's really good.
It's actually really good,
and it's like a reasonable price.
What else do you want to know? What is this?
You know what I like?
Anybody learning a fucking thing from us? Anybody?
I like a Jewish wine. I want to go to Florida.
I've stayed away from that wine for years.
Jesus.
Only Jewish people can tell that joke. Get away with it.
Yeah, Lovett says a lot. Listen, Gene Simmons gave me the greatest Jewish joke in history. You ready?
Yeah.
Said, why do Jews have calluses on the bottom of their ears? And I said, Gene, why? Why? And he goes like this.
Gene. Oh, my Lord.
So that's Food and Beverage Magazine. I met Robin Leach in Vegas. Robin came to me and he said, I want to help. I want to help you. And
I want to help you.
And he, for the next 7 or 8 years after that, introduced me to every single person. All the chefs, Wolfgang Puck.
Yeah.
Wolf, the day I met Wolf, he was like, hey, bring this. He brought a big book like this of all of his vendors. He said, you call every one of them. You tell them I told you to call for advertising. Like, these are things that you can't. And it's in my book, right?
Yep.
So Wiley Publishing came to us and said, we want you to write a book. And I said, what can I call it? You know, Failure Up or some shit like that. No, we don't want that. No. We want to call it The Guide to Restaurant Success. I said, okay. So I created the book. But in that book, Guide to Restaurant Success, by the way, available at all your fine bookstores.
Barnes and
or if you
Noble.
speak Spanish, bibliotecas.
Book purveyors.
Libros. So, for my Duolingo fans. So, we created a book, and I tried to put as many stories in so people realize that it's about relationships, right?
It's about relationships.
Building is relationships. Building your restaurant is like a whole making a movie. You're casting all the parts, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I try to simplify it and whatever. And people have actually taken the book, used it as a guide, which it is, and now they're franchising their locations. Like, started from zero, open. I know a guy that's got a fried, Nashville chicken place in Virginia. Yep. Started with one. Now he's got 3 other concepts. Same thing, followed the book. This guy, Frederick Gilmore. Can you believe it? And he literally credits me. He's like, if I didn't read your book, I wouldn't be this successful. And then I ask Freddie, where's my vig?
At least some chicken or something. Send some chicken.
And then one thing Robin told me,
or something named after you.
Here's Robin Leach says to me, always put celebrities in, because just because they're working in the kitchen doesn't mean they don't like pop culture.
That's
Right.
right.
So ever since then,
right.
I've always had like, and then, of course it's gone to like
Yeah.
A-listers, but I've got guys that know. I had Dolly Parton in January. I got Kurt Russell. I got
Yeah.
guys that nobody's gonna get, right? Because Kurt has a winery and it's an
Yeah.
amazing cover.
It's a great looking cover. He
So
he embodies the Christmas Chronicles version of Santa in that picture.
yes, he does.
He's tearing it
Yes.
apart.
Do you have
the story
Maynard
about
in there?
what's that?
You like Maynard? I just had dinner with Maynard.
You did? Is
Yeah,
he gonna? I want. Do you have an article with him in
Do
it?
you have his number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I call him?
Yeah. Next.
Hello, Maynard.
He actually invited me to come down to Flagstaff to stay with him and have his restaurant and go through his winery. And
I love when these guys they end up in places like Flagstaff or
Right.
I actually
Vince
bumped
is
into
in,
Maynard at the
Nashville.
again the TJ Martell wine dinner, which is the big rock and roll
Yeah.
fundraiser for kids with cancer and stuff.
Yep.
Mm.
So most of the time it's just the managers and agents, but Maynard for some reason this year was there.
Mm.
So I was like, dude, where have you been? It was pretty nice.
Yeah,
to
that's
see.
awesome.
So in the book, you talk a lot about building, scaling. What do you think people still underestimate or overlook when they're trying to build up a restaurant?
Relationships.
Yeah, that.
I mean, I really do. It's like everybody's going to have a great recipe for something, right? Everybody's going to fuck something up. So the critics have an opportunity to rip you apart, right?
Mm.
We know that because you had a bad day, whatever. You got bad stuff. You got this, you got that. The key to the whole thing is one of the things this is really comes down to what I do in my business. You have to be of service, right? Because it is food service, right?
Right.
So whether it's a
Hospitality.
brand, so I tell my whole staff, we're of service to our readers first. Which is kind of what I touched on before. Most people are of service to their advertisers first,
Mhm.
right? But
Yeah.
we're of service to our readers and our advertisers, but more importantly, we're of service to each other, right? Because without each other, we don't have an organization.
Right.
And I'm very good at connecting the dots with people, finding out what their likes, what their dislikes are. There's something I can give you some secrets if you want my little Jewish secrets, okay? But I'm gonna have to put on my hood and talk about the witchcraft that
Yes.
The Oracle.
Let's get
There's
into
something
Kabbalah.
called neurolinguistic programming,
Mm.
NLP.
Yep.
Mm.
And if you do a little research, it's basically people skills.
Yeah.
You want to break it down, it's people skills.
Yeah.
And people like to go where they're welcome. Right back to the service. What's your favorite restaurant? It's where people know you. It's Cheers, man. It's where people
That's
know
right.
you. You go in,
Right. That's it.
right?
It's the same. We have a restaurant down the road. It's a perfect little replace something else that was there, and it's American, home, easy peasy, but with a slight, upscale vibe, if you will.
Mm.
And the service isn't always great. Sometimes the food gets a little bit like, they don't change the menu up much, but I can appreciate because they do something really well and they stick to it. But like my wife sometimes is like, I don't really want to go there. I go there and I love it. You know why? Because they treat me like I know.
Oh,
a
you
bunch
know
of
why she
people.
doesn't want to go there?
Because there's chicks, man.
No, you know why?
Why?
You talk to people too much and you don't give
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I already
But I love it. I'll go there. I'm like, I'd rather go there by myself anyway.
right, because it's about you. It's about you, Peter.
I get to hang out. I get to eat. I get to chat.
And people love it when they talk about them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the one thing I throw out. They're like, "Oh my God, you know Mike Tyson?" I'm like, "Yeah, but let me hear about you.
Yeah. Tell me about what you're up to.
What do you want to hear? Okay, give me a story about whatever.
Yeah.
But I also have friends in that arena, believe it or not. One whose mother is extremely famous, and he'll have to call like Mike with his girl or with to be able to prove.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you don't need to prove anything. Just be who you are. And this guy's a big recording producer and everything. It's interesting. I mean, life is, as long as you start stepping back really and looking.
And you look at it. Yeah.
Right.
It's not always
I
as
just
you,
want to
as you
interject
think it
here. It
is.
looks like our friend Richard Mornese from
Yes.
north of the border has been camping out at Kurt's cottage somehow.
He's been,
Richard,
I
do you
think
care
it
to
means
explain
Northern
what you're doing
Ontario,
camping at Kurt
California.
Russell's cottage? Does Kurt know you're there?
No, definitely he doesn't know because that's kind of
looking at the
stalker-esque.
windows and stuff.
Should we call him and ask him right now
We
live?
could call him and ask him, do you know what Richard Moniz? And you
He'd
know
answer. He's the best, Kurt.
he is
He's the
freaking
best.
camping.
Let me tell you about this. So there's people that are the best and the greatest, and why?
Tell.
Because they know you're like 50 Cent, right?
Yep.
Mm.
When I get on a FaceTime with him or a Zoom or I call whatever I get on with him, he's like, Michael, blah, 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 Michael, blah, 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 Michael, blah, 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 Michael, you got to see this, Michael, blah, blah. And that's how Kurt is. Kurt will respond to a text or give you a text with your name.
Mm.
Oh, Michael, you're the best. You know,
Yep.
it was his birthday. So I said, happy birthday, whatever. And then he writes back, yeah, me and all the leprechauns, because it was St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
But it was great because it was Michael, blah, 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 blah. And these are the things that I always am like, wow, this is a great person.
Yes.
He gives a shit.
Mm.
It's impressive, and I think it really makes a huge impression when people use your name and address you and you know, use it frequently in the conversation. I mean, there is a line where it might get a little bit creepy, but like I got a guy down the road, our daughters play together, and so his name's Trent, and he's an awesome dude. But it's funny, I'm always like, is it Troy or is it Trent or is it?
Oh yeah, that happens to me all the time.
But he always remembers my name. And
But I'll
my
tell
wife
you
was
this:
like,
it's always
Trent.
you have an answer, buddy.
And my wife was like, "Oh my God, he's the
Buddy.
best. He always uses my
Buddy.
name." And
My friend Gary Cantor from
Yeah.
the Cantor Deli family, he passed
Yeah.
away not too long ago. But it's always buddy.
Buddy.
Me and Dice talked about it the other night because they were friends, right?
Yep.
And it was like, hey, buddy. Even if he didn't know your name, he knew my name, obviously.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Right.
everyone was, girls, hey, sugar, you know. It's so silly, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
And you go to these restaurants and
Mm.
a little bit of hospitality goes a long
Yes.
way. And
That's
some
what
of
it
these
is.
guys, you know my biggest peeve? You ready for this, you guys? The key. Here is the key to failure. How about that? You hear the key to success all the time.
Right.
Key to failure? Be rude to your DoorDash people.
Right.
Be rude to your Uber Eats people. Be rude to your, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To your Postmates. They are so fucking rude. It's like they're annoyed by them,
Mm.
right? They should be there and they should have a station for them for coffee, for food, for
Sit,
thank
relax,
you
take a
for
break.
helping my business grow instead of the other way around.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot of, and it's funny because I'm trying to get my daughter to work in, you know, when she eventually starts being able to work in like a restaurant. And I'm like, that's what you should do, dude. You know, she's like, well, I was thinking of just working the drive-through at Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like, you're not a drive-through person, frankly. I said,
You know what
really
you should
should.
say to that?
Hmm.
You don't need to get your ass that big. Now stop.
Jesus.
I need to get you married.
Yeah, no. I told her, I said, the best learning you can do is by having actual interaction with people. And she's like, I really don't like to talk to people. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're going to have to get over it because it doesn't work in life.
Here's a great example for this. There's a guy named Jack Welch, right? You know, everybody knows who he is, right?
Yes.
Super successful.
Mm.
And he tells a story when he does his lectures. He tells a story that he was in getting his master's at business school. And it was a final. And they said, take out the piece of paper and a pencil. And everyone's like, I got this. Yeah, whatever. And the professor says, here, this is 51% of your grade or something crazy number, right? Write down the name of the lady that cleans the building.
Right.
And most of them couldn't get it. But I will
Right.
tell you this. I would have had it. My
Yeah.
kids would have it,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
I think it was like Rosa
Yep.
or something like that. But my kids would know it.
Right.
I would have known it, you know, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But the people that didn't know it, isn't that interesting? That's the
Yeah,
difference.
you know what? It reminds me of, like, I tell this story to people all the time. I go to Market Basket. I'm going tomorrow every Friday, and I do fruit shopping. And I always pick the line with the same bagger and the cashier. And the bagger is Marsha. And Marsha, as soon as I'm in the line, she says to me, oh, are your kids back from school yet? She knows all about me. She bags the stuff. She knows how I like it to be bagged. I have a great conversation with her every time I'm checking out. And the thing is that
Does she say bye, John?
no, like that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like everyone else is like a robot and they're not talking and they're just like going through the motions and they're so annoyed by this and that.
Do you ever say Marsha?
Marsha, I do. I've said that to her, but she's like, friend. Oh, is your daughter back from college for the break or whatever? I mean, she knows all about me.
I knew a kid named Bruce Pickett when I took karate back in the 70s. Okay. So that's when karate wasn't for kids, but my parents were like,
doing taekwondo back.
Yeah, you're taking karate. Bruce Pickett was kind of a doughbox of a child. He was a kicker, and he was much bigger. But anyway, he always used to call me Paul for years, Paul. And I just was like, the fucking Bruce Pickett. Get it together. And I didn't see him for 30 years. I saw him one day. I know faces. And I was like, I walked up. I was like, Bruce Pickett. And he was like, do I know you? I go, it's Paul. And he goes, oh my God, Paul. I'm like, no, not fucking Paul. It's Peter.
I love
Jesus
that.
Christ. He was just like, it's like, dude.
Okay. Look how you remember that.
Yes. I remember a lot of stuff, and I forget.
Because that's called the neg. He was negging you. Every time he called you the wrong name, you felt negative. You felt he was right, and you had to fight for that. You wanted to fight for you to know my fucking name.
Know my fucking name.
You know what I say? If you don't know my fucking name, fuck you. You know what else I say? If my salespeople call a brand for advertising, and they say we're not really familiar with Food and Beverage Magazine, I say fucking hang up on them because they're lying. Bullshit.
Well, he provided me the inspiration and the fire to, eventually roundhouse him in the face during a sparring match. And I was like, they were like, you're not supposed to hit him. I'm like,
sorry.
No,
I know. In the 70s when I was doing Taekwondo, I had Grandmaster Kim was our master.
Okay.
He would whip me with a little bamboo twig on my calf all the time, right? So
I had
Mitchell Barbaro, who's Taekwondo Hall of Fame, fought with Bruce Lee, and Chuck Norris was his friend and all that. He was at the same place, and he was like 16 years older than me, man, a champion of the world, right? The champion of Taekwondo. And he lives in Vegas now, so we laugh about that because nobody believes me, but he was there. He knows walking into Master Kim's office with smoke coming out, cigarette after cigarette, smoke, and kimchi, smelling like kimchi. Yeah,
my sensei was Dan the Bear Claw Brogna.
Oh, the Bear Claw.
He never went.
Was it?
Frankly,
was it like the Bear Claw that you get at a bakery?
I think it was more about the Bear Claw that you get at a bakery.
Was it like Marty Cove?
Yeah, it was a weird thing. I remember taking that and like changing in some weird back room with like a jacuzzi. I mean, it was like. Yeah. It was
creepy,
skewing into some kind of weird Epstein world, I think. But it was like not the time for, I don't know, kids. We shouldn't
was
have
there
been.
A guy in the hot tub going, "Hi,
yeah,
Paul."
Probably. I don't know.
It was Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal was in the hot tub. They took
us we went for a black belt test. I was 12 and 13 maybe, and it was all adults. And then they started hitting people. They hit me. I was like, what the fuck? I'm a kid.
Weird how that they did that. Isn't that fucking weird?
It's crazy.
We were in class with adults getting hit.
Yeah, getting hit. And then they made us walk like 2 miles out on the asphalt, which like my feet were burned beyond. I remember walking and seeing my parents in a parking lot waiting, and like we were all walking in our gis with our hands on our head in the blazing sun and bare feet. And I remember looking at them like, you're going to fucking pay for this. You're going to pay for this so hard. I got the black belt.
Right.
Did you get the black girl, though?
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Did your dad say, lighten up, Francis?
No, he said, "Oh, shut the fuck up."
That's what he said. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
Defend
Shut the fuck
yourself.
up, Paul.
That was
Shut
crazy.
up, Paul.
That's crazy. Yeah, Paul. Stupid Paul. Bruce Pickett. I'll find him. He's probably, if anyone can find Bruce Pickett on LinkedIn, let me know. We're going to
listen, everybody has their Bruce Pickett, right?
Yeah, that's true. Who was your Bruce Pickett?
He didn't even know he could fight. He literally, some kid was picking on him and cracked the head of a bird off. in front of Mike. It was his pigeon. This is a true story. And then Mike beat the shit out of him.
Right.
And then realized he could fight. Yeah. And when he was 13, there was these things called smokers, right? Where he would then, they'd put him up against like 30-something-year-old men to fight. And he would crush them.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was just 13, you know?
Who was his it was it Aldamato? Was that the name?
Customato.
Customato. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was a little abusive, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
For him to be that way. But I'm friends with, obviously through Mike, all the guys that lived in that house with him in the Catskills. So I know, and every single story, it's amazing. One after another, how he became him.
Yeah, it's a weird journey, brother. It is. What was I going to say?
Well, Paul, I don't know. What were you going to say?
I don't know. For God's sakes, you know.
For goodness sakes,
did you ever
get about Food and Beverage Magazine? What do you want to know about the Proof Awards? What do you want to know about the CPG Awards?
Those are
we definitely want to know about those.
Let me tell you. Let's get into business finally.
All right.
It's an hour, and I'm exhausted from both of you.
I know.
And first of all, before I get into the awards, Jeff, have you ever thought about changing your last name? It's very, very Jewish.
It is. Well, it's actually Russian.
Okay, Jeff, move on.
So Tchaikovsky is,
Michael, my father used to give our name Ricciardi at restaurants. Only he'd say, "Put the table under Richards." And I remember being like, "What is that about?" And he's like, "Well, if we think we're Jewish, we might get better service."
Yeah, we always did. We never did Lukovsky. It was always my dad went to radio school, and he was a DJ for a while, and his name was Jerry Lane on radio.
Jerry Lane,
Lane. We still sometimes put in a reservation. We put it under Lane.
I knew a girl named Hillary Lane, and I heard now, this is in high school now, I heard she changed it to Hillary Boulevard. She got so wide.
Oh, God. Dude, when I reserve a table at a restaurant, I always put it under Hans Gruber. And it's the best. Because when you're waiting with all those other slouches sitting around, and they go, Gruber, Hans Gruber, table for 4. Everybody stops and looks.
I love to use Abe Froman. Abe Froman is another one to put it under. Yeah.
I say, what's a reservation, and why would I need to put my name on a list? Fuck you. Did you make a reservation? I said, what's that? I go, what's that?
What's a reservation?
Here's my card.
Right.
All right, but more important, let's talk about these awards. This is super important.
Talk about the PRF awards and the CPG
awards. Yeah. So it started because I was getting press releases to run. My editors were getting press releases to run about companies, liquor brands, wine winning awards that were irrelevant. Like, hey, this is the all these bartenders gave us this award. Okay, then what? Will you run it and say we won an award so that we can go sell to the distributors and the people and into the restaurants? So I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm going to create my own awards, and I'm going to take the judges are going to be the biggest buyers in the industry. They're going to be Walmart. They're going to be United Airlines. They're going to be Delta Airlines. They're going to be JetBlue, cruise lines, big hotel chains, right? I mean, the biggest. Yep. Specs in Texas has 300 and something stores. Like, let's get these guys as judges. So I pulled it off. They believed my bullshit, right? I got all the guys and gals. I got all the guys and gals into Vegas. We got all the bottles. They tasted, they tested, they won. And the reality of it is, you're going to get an award, whatever, or you won't because it's that bad. But normally, it's not that bad. And then it's what level award you're going to get. But the reality of it is, all these buyers are sitting at different tables together at the first day, talking about your brand.
It's so
and then they want to know whether they're going to carry it or not, right?
Right.
Then the next day we open it up so they all are just walking around all the bottles, tasting, seeing. This liquid could never get to the lips of these people, no matter what they pay or who they hire. Very rarely, right? So we're getting things placed places that nobody can get into, right? So that's the Proof Awards. Proofawards.com, I like to say.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to share the link.
And then Walmart says, this girl Karen, the beautiful spirits buyer, says to me, I have so much fun here. I go back to the office. I tell everybody what we're doing. Can't you do that for CPG products so they can all come to Vegas and have as much fun?
Right.
And we're like, let's do it. So I have a partner named Michelle Tell. She was the youngest executive VP ever hired in Las Vegas. She ended up at the MGM. Then she built a Venetian, right? So she runs the thing. So I said, Michelle, I don't want to do another one. If we can get cpgawards.com, I'll do it. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm out. I'm free. There's no freaking way in hell I'm going to get that, right?
Right.
We got it. So I had to do it. So the way I do that one is we bring them to Vegas once a year, and we're changing proof a little bit too, because I think if we do it multiple times a year, we don't miss anybody. Any brands can still get in and get to those people. So now we literally send the judges the product. So they edit the sheets and everything, and they take their time and they rate it and they talk to us about it. And then they're like, can I get this? Can I pick this up? So it works a lot better.
That's
a
cool.
lot better.
That
And then what happens is they'll be like, I'm looking for a new tequila. I'm looking for a new whatever, right?
Right.
Or I need something for the guest suites, or whatever. So they tell us, and then we put it together and send it to them.
Right. So you know what to send them.
And it's like $400. It's like nothing to be involved, right? But the point is, we're moving cases. We're moving product. Same thing with potato chips and all these things, right? Like now some of the people are taking the CPG award logo and they're putting it on their bags, right? Which is fine. Let's go. But we're able to get to the people. You know how many potato chips there are going to the potato chip person?
I know.
At Walmart?
Jesus.
Walmart has one person and all they do is lemonade. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I mean, it's the
I know,
isn't there like a place in Walmart that's like the unknown zone, like 75, zone 75 or something?
It's seasonal. It's the end of season.
Is that what it is?
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought there was like a dark web aisle they've got.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to go in and go, where's zone 75?
Zone 75.
Yeah.
I'll go,
show me
zone
75. And whisper tubal cane.
It's the shelves of shame.
You get there.
They have the shelf of shame, which is like stuff they couldn't sell, right? They put it all in the same section.
And when you get into the room, ask for Paul.
Ask for Paul. Ask for Paul. Anything you want to leave our audience with before we dive out of here today?
This is over?
I know, it's insane how fast
it again. FBmagazine.com, proofawards.com, cpgawards.com. You can reach me at any of those things. If you want to email me, do it. Let's go.
Okay.
You'll see our email. It's great. We and we're doing more and more stuff. I'm creating a new software program called a SaaS program, right? Software as a service.
Sure.
It's called warmachine.io, and we can do a whole other show on that.
Oh, we got to do another show on that.
You're going to lose your minds. It's tech created for business by business owners, not tech created that they think what we need.
Right. What
I
actually
know. I tried every service, and I'm like, dude, I'm hitting a wall here, bro. Have you thought it? And then I'm like giving advice on how they can change their software.
Wow.
Oh my God. Why is
Slack is ringing?
Yeah, my Slack is ringing. What is this?
Busy with you? I know. Well, I applaud you for leaving it on and not turning off your notifications.
I didn't even know you could do that. How do you?
Is it King Charles? King Charles is trying to get hold of him.
Next week we've got
we have Russ Abstein.
We've got what?
Russ Abstein, I think.
No, it's Jack Parsons.
Is it
Jack Parsons? Russ Abstein. What is this? A hit list? You ever have girls on?
We do.
I don't know.
Who's Parsons? Who's that?
He's the American rocket engineer and chemist.
Philemite. Is he missing? Aren't they all missing?
He's dead.
He will be after this.
He died in the 50s.
Robert Bigelow.
We were going to try to do is kind of connect with some kind of other occultist and see if we could talk to him from the other side. I don't know if Beyond the Veil Zoom still works or StreamYard, but it's worth a try. Who's on next week? Russ Abelstein?
Abstein.
Russ Abstein, Mr. and Mrs. Abstein.
Yes.
See, Paul thinks all Jews have the same name. See what's
I
happening
know.
here?
He's in Florida.
Of course.
Of course.
Right.
Who's going to let me
Florida.
go? Why am I still on here talking with you guys?
I don't know.
I want to.
Hey, everybody, thanks for coming in today. This was Where the Dogs
Thank
of
you so
Society
much.
Howl. That's Jeff. I'm Peter.
fun.
That's Michael Politz. How could you forget? Catch you later, all, and we'll see you next week. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.